Hey everybody, it's Pam with Pam's Craft Boutique, and using this plastic mold, we are going to make a hamburger. So this plastic mold comes with the top and the bottom. Of course, they look the same. The top and the bottom, and then it has lettuce, and it has a tomato, and I think it has pickles, and of course the hamburger meat. But I'm only using the bun and the hamburger meat. So I painted the buns, and it looks like two tops, but I'm just going to go with it because, sometimes you just end up with two tops. And I'm not going to worry about it. But anyway, so I am going to paint this. This is made with plaster of Paris, and I painted it with like a creamy color. And then on the hamburger meat, sorry, I'm losing my words here. I used kind of a golden color, and then I'm painting over it with burnt umber, kind of dry brushing it on there. And so it gives kind of that cooked hamburger look. And then on the two buns, I am using raw sienna and dry brushing on there. So it looks like the buns were like baked. And then when I do all that, then I'm going to go in with some Mod Podge and seal it. But before we do that, while all of that is drying, let's make some of the stuff we're going to use, all right? So instead of using the mold, which I could have done, to make my tomato and like the lettuce and stuff, I am actually going to use clay. So this is going to be my tomato, all right? And I just took I like using this clay for projects like this because it's a more sturdier clay. It's a heavier clay. I guess you could say like a thicker clay. Let me tell you, this is a different consistency in clay. If you've been playing with foam clay and you go and grab this, it's totally different. Foam clay is real soft and airy, and I wanted something a little bit more durable. So I chose to use the Model Magic, which I think for stuff like this works a little bit better. But if foam clay is all you have, that'll work just as fine too, okay? So I'm cutting my cheese. I cut my tomato. And then for my lettuce, I'll show you that in a minute. Now we're going to Mod Podge the top of these buns. And then I'm going to put some white sesame seeds on there. Now, I got that from Playco 3. And if y'all need a link to that, let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you out. And now what we're going to do is start gluing everything down. All right, so I'm just using some tacky glue to adhere my hamburger patty. And then I'm going to add my piece of cheese. Now, my piece of cheese, I didn't really measure it all that great. It's probably a little bit bigger than what I really wanted it to be. But listen, it'll be fine. It's cheese, right? You can have it big or small or however you want it. And I put some glue on there, and I'm just going to put it right down there. And then this is my lettuce. Now, this comes from Hobby Lobby, where they're like fake apples and strawberries and lemons and all that are. You can get a head of lettuce, and that's where this came from. So I'm just going to cut a round piece, and I'm just going to stick it on my hamburger patty with cheese. By the way, I don't eat cheese on my hamburger. Do you eat cheese on your hamburger? My husband thinks it's weird, but I don't know. I'm just funny about it. If I have cheese, it has to be super, super, super melted, as if almost melted, and it's gone. Weird, I know. But then we added our tomato here. I cut the center out of it because you're not going to be able to see it. So why waste clay, right? So far, it's looking good. And now using a caulk and paint mixture, I'm going to add some ketchup and mustard, kind of right on the sides, so it looks like it's like when you squished it down, it like squirted out the sides. I don't know about y'all. My husband makes the messiest hamburger. It's down his arms and his hands. It's everywhere. And now let's get the top of the bun on there. I know it's two tops, a top on the bottom and a top on the top. A top on top, a top on the bottom. But anyway, that is the hamburger, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this fun project. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. Please don't forget to sprinkle. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.